Alright guys, welcome back. Just have to make sure the scoreboard lines up with the players. Red Zerg. I think that's how he capitalizes his name. Alright guys, welcome back. This is actually going to be a best of 5. The winner of this match will qualify for IEM, China. In the bottom right hand location we have the blue Terran player DemusliM from Team Evil Geniuses. He defeated Axeltoss in a best of 3 before this round, in round number 1. In the top left, it's his opponent, the Red Zerg player ViOLet. Sponsored by Azubu ViOLet. Best of 5. Winner of this best of 5, once again, will advance to, will actually get a spot in China at the IEM event. And I promised people if they retweeted me, I would say their names. So let me do that really quick. There is a 2-minute stream delay. We are live, but it is a 2-minute stream delay to ensure fairness and to prevent the temptation to cheat. We don't want that. But, oh my god, so many people retweeted. Okay, this is gonna run 1 second. Alright. Harold Schmid, you're awesome. Dustin Heron, you're pretty cool. Sander Dejong, you have a very inquisitory face. Ryan Anderson, what's up? Megutusen, nice shark logo. Casey Gustavison, nice hat. PGG, scary avatar. A, classy name. Clinton Kyle, playing something. What's that? It's an Olympic sport. Ryan Cleary, I think you retweeted me yesterday. You're the man. Nuba SC, what's up? And Mitchell Loves, cool avatar. Alright, done with that. I promised, so I had to do it. What'd I miss? What did I miss? I don't think I missed much. Looks like a very standard 50 hatch here from ViOLet, following it up with a very standardly timed pool. Meanwhile, DemusliM making nothing but SCVs at this point, has a barracks on the field, and going to put that natural command center down right away at the natural expansion. So very economic builds here, no crazy cheesy plays. Oh wow, ViOLet actually getting a pull. I think this is going to be one of those 5 or 6 roach things. He loves doing that. The 5 or 6 roach pressures. If a Terran opponent is a little bit too greedy. Wow. Okay, sorry. I'm reading my Twitter feed. The guy who was really mad at me is actually a cool person. That's nice to see. Anyway. I'm a little bit distracted now by that. Okay. So yeah, the point of this roach build, if that's what it is, you know, I could be completely wrong here, but I'm just guessing. It's always fun to theorize about what these players are doing. If your opponent is a little bit too greedy, maybe the bunker isn't placed correctly, maybe it's maybe it doesn't repair it fast enough, you can actually get a lot of damage done. Also, if your opponent doesn't like completely wall off at the top here, or forgets to raise the supply depot, it can be a very awkward situation. If anything, just a few roaches can force your opponent to lift off their command center, and they don't really know how to react either. Not 100%, because they don't really know if you're like droning up behind it or if it's some sort of all-in. So it's like, okay, should I freak out? Because, oh my god, it's going to be a Ling, you know, it's going to be a crazy Ling Roach Baneling. It's going to be a Ling Roach Baneling type play. Or is it just like a pressure? Let me change that. I think it's a capital M there, now that I think about it. So ViOLet, he's just going to make 5 or 6 roaches here, and then he's going to drone it behind it. I'm fairly confident that's what he's going to do. Probably rally both of his hatches to his natural. Has a lot of larvae here that he's not really using. Okay, it's going to be 8 roaches. We'll see how high he goes. Okay, 9 roaches. Okay, maybe he'll drone behind the 9 roaches. Okay, 10 roaches. He's making a lot of roaches here. We'll see if he transitions into drones here. I'm pretty sure he's going to, but I could be wrong. Alright, so does DemusliM have any idea? He has 1 bunker on the low ground here, but I don't know. SCVs can't really get around it if the roaches really get up there. Like ideally you can have an SCV over here, but DemusliM's starting to wall off. Does he know what's coming? Oh my god, DemusliM has absolutely no idea what's happening on the map right now. That is a scary sight. Alright, ViOLet coming forward here with plenty of roaches to his opponent's ramp. Going to be charging up 2 slow lings leading the charge. And again, behind this ViOLet making plenty of drones. And here we go. Now DemusliM knows one supply depot going to be targeted down. How does DemusliM react? Bring some SCVs forward to repair this supply depot. Some SCVs going to be taken out. Now the Roach is coming forward. Are they going to target fire down this bunker? Target firing SCVs for now, not a bad decision at all. These Roaches staying alive for quite a bit, and so many SCVs falling here for DemusliM. Now ViOLet switching his target fire to that bunker, and there's not enough SCVs to repair this, so this bunker is going to fall, and all of a sudden DemusliM is left with not much to fight these Roaches. Needs a Banshee out right away, trying to start that. Now the Roach is target firing down these Marines. And these Hellions. So ViOLet doing so much, and again, behind this he's droning. That's the art of this. Like, it's not like he's completely all in with this. Behind this, he's up to 44 drones. This is actually a really cool build. I would suggest all Zerg players who are having trouble against Terran, especially fast expanding Terrans, you know, try this. Try this build. It's a lot of fun. And it's not all in. You know, you just see what kind of damage you can do. And ViOLet actually did probably the most damage you could do. Workers killed 20. 20 workers killed. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Still has Roaches in the natural expansion. DemusliM finally getting a Banshee on the field. Doesn't have Cloak on the way. Doesn't really have the resources to do it. He might start it soon, though. He does have enough gas. Not enough minerals, though. Again, he lost a lot of SCVs. But yeah, DemusliM definitely in a tricky position here. ViOLet has 1-1 on the way, just going into standard play from here. Bunch of Lings on the map. Has to make sure these Hellions don't run by or anything. That would be a little bit awkward. Alright. ViOLet proceeding into the natural expansion with more Lings. You thought he was done. He's not. He's going to continue pressuring DemusliM as much as he can. Running to the main supply depot is getting raised up. And actually, ViOLet taking out a couple Hellions there as well. Again, just keeping DemusliM on his back foot. Trying to get some more damage done with these Lings. Not able to kill much there. Behind this, we have a Spine Crawler going down, ViOLet going up to a Baneling Nest. He has 52 drones, the third going down. Oh no, where's the third? I think ViOLet needs the third, doesn't he? I feel like he does. It's a little bit late, in my opinion. 16 more Lings on the way. DemusliM going into pretty standard Marine tank play. Actually, might just be pure bio. Oh, hold on. It should be tanks. He put a tech lab on a factory there. But does have some Marauders in production. So going for, it looks like Marines, Marauders, and tanks. Also with some medevacs speckled in. Has his third orbital command. So he can start rebuilding the mule. Like, he can make 3 SCVs at a time right now. And he has the mules from all 3 of these orbital commands. So all things considered, DemusliM isn't in, like, an absolutely terrible position. Like, he's still in this game for sure. Don't count him out. DemusliM's scanning a little bit, getting rid of some creep outside of his opponent's natural expansion. Always a good thing to do. DemusliM, or ViOLet I should say, taking down the rocks leading to his third base. Has some queens here as well. ViOLet must know his opponent doesn't have Cloak. Well, he has Spore Crawlers here and there, so playing very safe. But DemusliM does not have Cloak. ViOLet does have a Macro Hatch. Plenty of minerals, plenty of gas at this moment in time. Going for Spire. A lot of drones dying here. These Banshees doing a decent amount of damage. Income tab shows 51 to 45, so DemusliM all of a sudden getting ahead in that Harvester tab. ViOLet going to try to counterattack here with Lings. So many Hellions on the high ground there. ViOLet doesn't even care. He's going to try to be aggressive anyway. Nice positioning here from DemusliM. And ViOLet's going to back out. And all of a sudden, DemusliM's up 95 to 68. ViOLet hasn't been able to get anything done beyond that early Roach aggression. Trying to get some stuff done with the Lings, but it hasn't been working. His third is pretty darn late. He does have 2-2 on the way. Also a Baneling Nest. Or, sorry, Baneling Speed. Excuse me. But yeah, look at the supply. DemusliM up 107 to 84. We have 8 mutas on the way from ViOLet. DemusliM needs to recognize this and build a turret or 2. 2 Banshees in the air from DemusliM, continuing to try to do some harassment, killing some creep tumors here and there, killing some Lings, taking map control. DemusliM has decided he wants to be aggressive. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, Hellions, and Banshees and Medevacs coming forward. ViOLet going to start making a lot of Banelings, though, as Baneling Speed is about to finish. I don't expect ViOLet to die this. I feel like he has a lot of units. 2-2 is about to finish. There's no upgrade advantage for anyone. DemusliM scanning, seeing what's up. Oh, even stimming away. He might just go home. He might not be comfortable seeing that many units from his opponent. And that's exactly what he's going to do. DemusliM bringing forward some reinforcements. Looks like ViOLet's going to try to swing around and catch these units before they retreat home. But DemusliM all of a sudden has a decent amount of units. ViOLet going to go for it. I'm not sure about this engagement. Keep in mind, this is not on creep, and DemusliM's going to easily pick up into his medevacs. And that's what he's doing. Great splitting here from DemusliM. Not a good engagement for ViOLet, and he's going to back away. Got to be feeling at least a little bit silly choosing that engagement. Did not expect DemusliM to be as powerful as he was there. And again, phenomenal micro there from the Evil Geniuses player. Able to split up his units quite nicely, even lifting up some units into his medevacs. And ViOLet was not able to get cost-efficient damage done there. ViOLet's going to go for it again, trying to take his opponent off guard. Bailing's leading the charge, but again, nice splitting there from DemusliM. And I think he's going to be fine? Yes, he is. ViOLet backing away once again, making more links. He's scrambling to get sufficient units on the field. Again, behind this, DemusliM taking a third. He's not trying to kill his opponents by any means. He's just trying to keep ViOLet making units, not making drones, as he gets his third up back home, and also he's keeping his third safe. So it's not like ViOLet could be countering through all of this, because ViOLet needs all of his units to engage this army rather than countering with it. So ViOLet might try to engage this once again, has some more banelings. 2-2 is done for ViOLet, 2-2 is not done for DemusliM. That might be exactly what ViOLet needs. Banelings get exploded in these Marines Marauders. DemusliM not looking for the time being, going to be backing away. ViOLet needs to not overextend though. Zerglings and Banelings continuing to try to engage into these Marines and Marauders, but ViOLet backing away. Whew, gotta catch my breath. This is pretty intense. One wrong move, and one of these players can lose this game. Again, this is a best of 5. This is game 1. I have 1,337 viewers as I look in the corner of my eye. 1337. Doesn't that mean something? I feel like it does. ViOLet going to try to do some harassment with some mutas. There are turrets in production there for DemusliM. Gonna attack towards the 4th base, making sure his opponent doesn't have that in progress. Muta's unable to do much there. I think that might have been a drone going to try to take that 4th. DemusliM knows the timing of that. Able to delay that a little bit. Every little bit helps. ViOLet can be wrapping around, going to the 4th base, taking down a couple Marines. Alright. Did he ever add on any more drones? Okay, he's at 72, so he was able to add on some more drones. 3-3 is on the way for DemusliM, and this is very concerning, because I feel like ViOLet might have been preoccupied in dealing with all this pressure. His Infestation Pit is just now beginning. For 3-3, he needs Hive. So he has to wait for this Infestation Pit to finish, and then he can start his Hive, and then he can start 3-3. Honestly, before ViOLet even starts 3-3, DemusliM might be done with 3-3. So that's going to be a scary development. But here we go. ViOLet going to try to engage his opponent's competition. Zerglings and Banelings coming forward. DemusliM with some nice splitting. Once again, keeping the Thor in the front. Try to use that to absorb some Baneling shots. But look at this splitting from DemusliM. Units going absolutely everywhere. ViOLet not able to get those optimal engagements he was looking for. 38 more Lings on the way. 7 more Banelings on the way. And DemusliM doing a great job fighting that. Where's the Hive? The Hive should start soon. Really needs to start soon. Gosh, I'm really worried about ViOLet's upgrades. Again, he's only at 2-2. His opponent's 3-3 is about to finish on those on that ground army, on the bio army, and that's going to be really scary to deal with. ViOLet again continuing to engage off creep every single time, going for it once again. Lings swarming forward, Banelings coming in as well. Majority of Marauders here, so ViOLet might be able to clean this up, but DemusliM supply is 151 to 96. DemusliM bringing forward some reinforcements to deal with his composition. ViOLet forced to back away once again, playing this entire game. So brave. I mean, again, engaging off creep time and time again, and all of a sudden he's going to start losing this upgrade advantage. Or yeah, his opponent's going to have the upgrade advantage. 3-3 is about to finish. Still no Hive in production. ViOLet going to try to counterattack into this 4th base. Planetary Fortress is on the way. DemusliM desperately wants that to finish. SCV is getting caught off guard here, so that's a decent win for DemusliM. He won't have to cancel this planetary, though. Also, I've been watching the minimap, guys, and I haven't seen many drops from DemusliM. I haven't seen any drops go out. So hopefully I haven't been missing anything. But DemusliM just hasn't been utilizing the drop play. Instead, focusing everything on the frontal attacks, which has been tough for ViOLet to deal with. Finally, there's the Hive on the way. But guess what? 3-3 is done for DemusliM. That's so scary. Alright, ViOLet is going to have money Infestor shots. I'm not sure if DemusliM scouted the Infestor tech out. Looks like ViOLet's going to try to flank with these links from the back. Marines and Marauders stemming forward here. Baneling's trying to detonate into them. DemusliM definitely sees those Infestors, and here we go. ViOLet trying to cut off those reinforcements with those links. Very good counterattack here from ViOLet. It's exactly what you have to do, but you can't lose all these links. That's something you don't want to do. So ViOLet going to run away with some. Re-engaging once again is DemusliM at this 4th base of ViOLet. Going to try to target fire down this hatchery. I think it will inevitably fall. ViOLet
Those infestors lurking in the back, not really willing to engage just yet. The hatchery getting knocked out, and DemusliM up 178 to 117 supply. All of a sudden, so far ahead in this game. Link's trying to counterattack into this third base. There's no bunker there. Oh, there's a bunker back here. Nice positioning, covering the majority of that mineral line. But ViOLet just lost his fourth. Is now grossly oversaturated at his third, only mining off of 2 bases at the moment. This one is almost mined out, even. ViOLet is definitely in a lot of trouble here. Definitely behind in this game. Needs some money. Fungal Growth, can he make it happen? DemusliM preemptive splitting. Love that type of play from Terran players. He can siege up on the high ground. This is a great place to engage the Terran player. ViOLet might just go directly for the counterattack. Is DemusliM ready for that? Doesn't look like it. Only Marines here, not enough to deal with it. DemusliM could take advantage of this and try to start leapfrogging forward toward the third. That's exactly what he's going to do. Infestor's going to try to get in position to Fungal. Fungal's on the ramp, but again, DemusliM's preemptive splitting is too good. ViOLet on the run with those Infestors, loses about 2 for free. At the same time, Ling's running into the natural expansion, going up the ramp, but that's going to be walled off there by DemusliM. ViOLet trying to make it happen, but never base trade with the Terran is the general rule, and DemusliM just has too much stuff at home. ViOLet can't possibly engage this unit composition. DemusliM looking so good in game number 1. Looking to put himself up 1-0 in this best of 5. Winner of the series will qualify for IEM China. Top 3 from this tournament go. We started with 8. We saw Idra fall in round 1. 2-1 to Everrise. Who would have guessed that? Not me. Idra is in the loser's bracket right now playing Suppy. The loser of that will be out of this tournament. The winner will move on to the next to play the next round. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Greater Spire finished, but ViOLet was only able to make 3 Broodlords in the time it was finished because DemusliM killed it right away. Fungal Field on the ramp there. That's what ViOLet is relying on. Only has his main base. 1 Marauder getting up into the main, killing so many infestors. 14 kills on that Marauder. And there's the GG from ViOLet. DemusliM showing incredibly solid play in game number 1 of this best of 5. I need a drink of water. So I'll be back. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a bit. Make sure these players don't start without me. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Did y'all just hear my sloppy water drinking? All right. Okay, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having a good time? Again, we're on a 2-minute stream delay. Two-minute stream delay. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday evening or Thursday morning.
My name is Axeltoss, and if you appreciate my casting or if you want to support me, please feel free to follow me on Twitter or follow me on twitch.tv. I also have a YouTube channel. You could also post a nice comment in the Reddit thread. I read through every Reddit comment, and I really do appreciate any constructive feedback. Like, completely honest, I really do. So if you do that, you know, I do appreciate it. Of course, you can go upvote the Reddit thread as well, so we can get some more people in here, because this is a pretty awesome tournament, and I want to get some more attention to it. The next event I'm going to be casting at will be ESWC this weekend at PAX. We'll be live at PAX in Seattle. So if you're in PAX, if you're at PAX or whatever, say hi. But I'll be there. So again, that's ESWC. You can Google it or you can Wikipedia it. Idra's going to be there, Suppy, Axlav, Ranged, Kawaii Rice, RTZ, a couple more. But here we go. I'm going to stop reading the chat now. Sounds like Axel stuffing body and drunk. Okay, my door broke. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. My door to my room. And it's the most confusing thing in the world. Like, I spent 2 hours examining the hinges and examining, like, the door frame, and it just doesn't make sense how the door is broken. Like, I can't for the life of me. Like, I'm looking at it right now. It just blows my mind. I would try to explain it. Like, the hinges are in perfect places. The hinges are where they need to be. They're exactly where they need to be. But the door, it goes, like, above the door frame, so I can't close it. My mind is completely blown. That's my first world problem of the day, but we'll talk about that later. Maybe when this broadcast is over, I'll stay live for another 30 minutes and we can talk about real life stuff and just have some, we'll have some me and you time. Me and you. And I'll take the stream delay off and we can really connect at a personal level. I know you guys want that. Alright guys. Someone suggested I do this, so I will. I listen to you guys. Don't worry. I see your tweets. I see them. If you tweet at me, I'll usually reply. What league are you? Says Master Strat. I am Masters Protoss and Masters Zerk on the North American. Is my overlay up? That is. Here you go. Okay, check that. I am 22 years old. Alright. Welcome back, guys. This is game 2 of a best of 5. Winner of this match will gain a spot, a qualifying spot in China for IEM. In the lower left-hand location, we have the Green Zerg player ViOLet, sponsored by Azubu. ViOLet is a dear friend of mine. He's actually about a 2-minute drive from me as we speak, and we're living in the same city. If he qualifies, we're actually throwing a party at his house, and I know his manager is watching, who lives with him. So you know who I'm talking to. ViOLet's manager. You gotta have some cake ready, some fruit punch, maybe some books so that we can read. That's what we do when we party. His opponent in the top left-hand location, it's the blue Terran player DemusliM from Team Evil Geniuses, up 1-0. Very impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive play last game, to be completely honest. Let's break it down a little bit. First of all, the roach aggression was great. That was great. ViOLet, drone behind it, DemusliM was in a crippling position. But then ViOLet made like a lot of Zerglings, and he tried to be aggressive with them. And that was like, do you remember that? Like, I forgot what exact time, but he tried to do aggression with a lot of Zerglings. And all of those Zerglings could have been drones, or could have been, you know, something else that he's invested in. Like if he's trying to be aggressive against Terran, if you're trying to be aggressive, it's really hard to get a lot done with just pure Zergling. If your opponent just makes a wall and puts a bunker behind it, they're going to be just fine. So you gotta like incorporate banelings, or just, it's really hard to break a Terran with just lings. Like it's very hard to do, and it seemed like ViOLet was trying to do that. Maybe he thought he had a pretty significant lead, and they're just like, all right, I'm just gonna make a bunch of lings and kill him. So maybe he underestimated his opponent a little bit. So that kind of hit into his drone count. It kind of delayed his tech. We saw DemusliM had 3-3 before ViOLet was even close. And then ViOLet chose a lot of engagements that were off creep when it wasn't entirely necessary to choose those engagements. As a Zerg player, like, you want to, if you're going to engage off creep, I feel like the best way to do it is just to
kill reinforcements that way. Like, I'm completely fine with that. But if you're engaging your entire opponent's army off creep, I don't necessarily agree with that. So, you know, those are just some things I think ViOLet could have done a little bit better last game. You know, engage more on creep. Remember when he made all those lings? Maybe make drones instead. Make sure he's really on top of his upgrades. Again, his 3-3 was so far behind DemusliM's. But again, all the credit to DemusliM. He played a phenomenal game last game, especially after being down early. Like, he was behind after that roach aggression. He was. Alright. So, let's talk about this game. Is ViOLet doing the exact same thing? I think he might be. Why not? Oh, he's actually incorporating... Did I have a speed loss? I don't remember. Let's see. He does have 2 gas. No, this seems standard. Okay, no, he's fine. This is not necessarily aggressive purchase. Now, on this map, what you have to be careful about is the Hellion stuff. There's not like a ramp. You can position 2 queens and be fine. Sometimes getting roaches out can be a great strategy in deflecting against Hellion aggression. Also, something you have to be wary of as a Zerg player. It's very tricky. It's very tricky if your Terran opponent can get some tanks on the low ground here and then start sieging up on your natural. It's a very tough thing to deal with. So ViOLet doing all the right things right now, and that's putting creep, extending that creep out around this ledge. That way, if your Terran opponent ever tries to gain position, you'll have leverage in that you have creep all the way over there. You know, it's not going to completely stop your opponent from being aggressive towards that location, but the longer you delay, the more units you can get out, and the easier it will be to deal with that type of push. ViOLet with a lot of lings on the way should start taking down these rocks. I'm not sure why he hasn't started doing that yet. It's because he's attacking. Okay, ViOLet's going to be attacking. He has a lot of roaches and a lot of lings here. DemusliM had control of that watchtower with Hellions and backed away once he saw those roaches. So DemusliM should know what's coming. Trying to set up a nice little wall off here. Has a Banshee overhead. And roaches, lings, and banelings, they don't shoot up. So this Banshee should be able to do a great job in trying to deflect this aggression. ViOLet going to try to out DPS his opponent here, though. Making a lot of lings behind this. Still not droning. That's a little bit worrying. This is like close to all-in type status. ViOLet looks like he might be going for it right now. Roach is going to be target firing down this supply depot. Supply depots exploded into by those banelings. This bunker is still alive, though. Lots of roaches and lots of lings coming forward. ViOLet getting to the main base of his opponent. And how much damage can ViOLet get done here? I don't think he can kill DemusliM, because DemusliM has all these Hellions, he has Banshees overhead. And again, none of these units shoot up, so Banshees will be a headache, literally, to these roaches. But ViOLet try to engage into this middle line with these lings, taking down as many SCVs as possible. Trying to attack this, but this bunker is staying alive. DemusliM doing a phenomenal job holding off this aggression. Absolutely phenomenal. ViOLet's still making lings behind this. Where are his drones? Where are his drones? 44 to 34. DemusliM way ahead in harvesters. And again, he has mules. He has 3 orbitals. Oh, I feel like ViOLet is so all in right now. 10 drones. Just now making the drones. Just now making those drones. DemusliM is in a phenomenal position. Phenomenal. ViOLet was, I think he was trying to kill DemusliM there. I think that's what happened. Like, he didn't make drones until, like, just now. Ling's gonna try to go for a counterattack. That might be the only thing ViOLet can do here. Gonna go straight for that middle line. Trying to track down some Marauders, Marines, and SCVs here. Really trying to bring himself back into this game. DemusliM a little bit sloppy. Not completely walling off his stuff. Gonna have to retreat back his units to deal with these Lings. Zergling's taking out a lot of SCVs. This is exactly what ViOLet needed. DemusliM finally retreating back some Hellions to kill these Lings, but has the damage been done? Ling's finally getting cleaned up, and you know that went probably as good as it could have for ViOLet. But still, DemusliM is not too shabby in the Harvester tab. He has 3 orbitals on the field. ViOLet just now taking down these rocks to his 3rd. Alright, ViOLet is going to have to play like an absolute hero. Like an absolute hero. To come back in this game. It's been done before. I've seen crazier things happen. ViOLet with 1-1. About to finish. DemusliM sending some Hellions across the map, trying to see the status of his opponent's 3rd and 4th. Probably going to take some shots at this 4th as I take a drink of water. Hellions going straight for the 3rd base. I hope that wasn't too distracting. Link's going to try to surround these Hellions, but DemusliM is on top of it. Trying to micro those Hellions away, but it looks like ViOLet should be able to clean all these up. Just sending 3 Lings there. Nice choice. Nice creep spread here from ViOLet. But what is DemusliM up to? What is he up to? It's 2-2 on the way. Lots of Lings, Marauders in production. Tanks as well. Some medevacs too. Have an orbital command moving over to this 3rd base. The rocks have been cleared out by these Banshees. They have a lot of kills, I bet. 3, 4, and 12. That guy's a Sergeant. Not too shabby. 1 medevac flying into... Nope. Just changing his mind. There's only 1 Marine there. Did he drop before? Did I miss it? I don't think I did. Nothing is low on health that I can see. I think DemusliM forgot most of his army when he was going to drop. He only put 1 Marine inside the medevac. Alright. ViOLet just now getting his 4th base. I guess this was his 3rd. Might send some Lings and Banelings over to this 3rd base to try to keep that from paying for itself. Setting some Lings down there. DemusliM siege mode is not yet done for DemusliM, so ViOLet going to try to get some damage done here in this 3rd base. Mules and SCVs being targeted here. Some Banelings coming forward as well. Fungal going on to the Marines. Great fungal growth there from ViOLet, and the Banelings able to get the key detonations out, throwing down some infested Terrans, some more fungals onto those Banshees. And wow, that was actually really good for ViOLet. Caught DemusliM completely off guard, and he might be able to force this 3rd to lift up, throwing down some more infested Terrans. Needs to keep these infestors alive. Oh no, Marauders and Marines flanking! No, these infestors are all gonna die burrow! ViOLet does not have burrow! Oh no. Oh no. Well, that went from really bad to DemusliM for kinda okay, because he killed those infestors. That's really important. But ViOLet able to delay this 3rd, killed all the Banshees, killed a lot of Marines, just slowing down DemusliM. That's exactly what he has to do. At the same time, there's a drop here from DemusliM going right into the 3rd base, or the 4th base of ViOLet. And ViOLet has no spines here, only 1 Baneling. Gonna try to explode into the Marines. Nice. Oh, an infestor popping out too. Excellent timing. Ling's gonna be able to clean that up at the same time. DemusliM looks like he wants to drop into the natural. Has to be careful though. If there's an infestor that comes over here and just fungals the medevacs, that can be pretty dangerous. ViOLet does not see this yet. He should see it. Dealing with this drop at the above his 4th. DemusliM coming forward with these Marines and Marauders. Nice fungal there from ViOLet, and he's going to clean this up with relative ease, throwing down infested Terrans as well. And he fungals onto the medevacs. Nope, not just yet. Nice target fire there from DemusliM, target firing down those infestors. DemusliM really abusing the ledges on this map. This is a best of 5, keep that in mind. Winner of this match will advance to China. Oh no, 2 infestors falling for free. And ViOLet having a lot of trouble dealing with these drops. He's lost a lot of infestors to these Marines and Marauders. That's no fun at all. This Marauder is 15 kills. Keep in mind, DemusliM is 2-2. Well, so is ViOLet. That's not significant, but +3 is on the way. 17 kills. Marauders are so strong. This Marauder's refusing to die. Finally falls. This drop still being incredibly annoying. Look at these Lings cannot kill this medevac, or cannot kill this Marauder. Finally dies. DemusliM still attacking with the drop into the natural expansion. ViOLet having so much trouble dealing with this drop play. Really needs some instrumental fungal growth onto this Marine Marauder army. But DemusliM playing this so nicely. Stepping forward once again. Has been taking advantage of this nice little choke point for his Marines Marauders, trying to limit the surface area of his opponent. Infestors coming forward, throwing down this fungal growth once again. But DemusliM only attacking with like 4 Marines at a time. Like 4 or 5 Marines and Marauders at a time. And that's like a great way to approach this aggression. Sending some to each mineral line. And as long as ViOLet stays optimal with the splitting, it's going to be pretty good for him. Infestors coming forward here from ViOLet, trying to get those fungal growths down, but DemusliM all of a sudden ahead, 135 to 86 in that supply count. Marines targeting down drones in the main base, and ViOLet slowly falling apart. This relentless drop aggression from DemusliM. Keep in mind, ViOLet only has 32 harvesters. 32 harvesters on the field here for ViOLet. 3 ultras halfway done, but when your opponent has +3 attack marauders, I don't see ultras doing too much. ViOLet trying to rebuild those drones. A drop heading to this third base once again. Oh, so annoying. Dropping right in the face of these lings. The Muslims stimming forward, and he's going to try to target fire down that infestor. Nice splitting there. He just split up his units there. At the same time, DemusliM attacking up toward the natural expansion of his opponent. Just lifting off that drop. Going to drop on the high ground. DemusliM setting up some tanks here. He's on creep, so we'll have to see if ViOLet can clean this up. ViOLet biding his time, trying to get more lings and ultras on the field. One ultra going forward, and here we go. ViOLet going to go for it, trying to get us around on this Marine Marauder armor. DemusliM kiting decently. Fungal's going down from ViOLet. Baneling's getting some solid detonations here, but DemusliM still going to remain significantly ahead in that supply count. Infestor's falling, and DemusliM gets his medevacs out alive. Drop still occurring at this 4th base at the bottom right. ViOLet finally going to be able to clean this up, throwing down another Fungal. Remember, DemusliM has +3 weapons, +3 armors on the way. 2-2 here for ViOLet. He just doesn't have a good economy. Drop happening in the natural expansion. DemusliM is absolutely relentless and ridiculous with his drop play. Not letting ViOLet take a breath. All the drones are gone at this base. Looks like they're transferred over here. ViOLet's up to 45 harvesters, DemusliM at 49. Nice location here for DemusliM on that high ground with that siege tank. Reinforcing with more Marines and Marauders. DemusliM has plenty of gas. Has 2 additional expansions on the field. Actually, he's moving his main orbital to this location, which is interesting. Also moving another orbital to this location. Oh, that's his natural command center. DemusliM recycling all of his buildings at this point in time. Another drop at the natural expansion. Picking up and backing away, no problem. Queen trying to target fire down that medevac. I like the incorporation of spores here, but DemusliM just going to target that down and kill it incredibly fast. At what point does DemusliM go for a push? Does he wait until he's maxed? DemusliM trying to be cost efficient with these Marauders. I'm sure they have been. Already 4 kills on that guy. Another drop at this 4th base. DemusliM is absolutely everywhere. I think this is the same drop as before. 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill. 2 kills, 1 kill, 0 kills. Taking down the hatchery, and DemusliM's just going to say, LOL, I'm out of here. I'm going to go right to this base down here. No spines here either. Alright, DemusliM in such a good position, up 156 to 106 in that supply count. ViOLet going to try to engage in the middle of the map. Finally, these Banelings are slow. Keep that in mind. DemusliM splitting absolutely everywhere, and ViOLet forced to back away. Very indecisive. DemusliM doing just fine at the same time. There's the drop at the 3rd base. Queen falling immediately. Ling's trying to deal with this. That's not going to be enough. Drop in the natural expansion as well. DemusliM is absolutely everywhere. ViOLet going to have to remake so many drones. He's down to 33 harvesters. This is how you play Terran, ladies and gents. DemusliM showing how it's done. Now engaging with his main army into the natural expansion. ViOLet desperately trying to hold on. No infestors left, trying to make his ultras work. But DemusliM has so much stuff, I don't even think this many ultras is going to be enough. And there's the GG and the well played from a Zubu ViOLet. So DemusliM will take game number 2. He is 1 game away, 1 win away from qualifying for IEM China. Coming up next, game 3 between ViOLet and DemusliM. DemusliM currently up 2-0. ViOLet must win 3 in a row, or he drops down to the loser bracket.
Alright guys, welcome back. We are in the middle of a best of 5 between spawning in the top right hand location of Cloud Kingdom, the Red Zerg player ViOLet, represented by Azubu, or he is sponsored by Azubu, not sure the most optimal way to phrase that, but he's pretty awesome. His opponent in the bottom left hand location, it's the blue Terran player DemusliM from Team Evil Geniuses. DemusliM is currently up 2-0 on the verge of 3-0ing Azubu ViOLet. I don't think anyone would disagree that ViOLet has probably the stronger results lately. He has been the stronger player as of late, but DemusliM saying LOL in his cute British accent, saying no way man, look out for me, because DemusliM's showing how to play Terran in this series. You don't 2-0 ViOLet. No Terran, just simply 2-0s ViOLet. You don't simply 2-0 ViOLet. One does not simply 2-0 ViOLet is what I'm looking for. But ViOLet is up 2-0. Or DemusliM is up 2-0, 1 game away. 1 win away, I should say. And ViOLet's not going to scout this 2 racks. DemusliM's still making SCVs here, but wants to do a lot of early aggression. ViOLet's still with no pool, going up to 16. I'm already scared. Where's your pool, ViOLet? Is he going to make another drone? Okay, there's the pool. 16 pool, that's pretty late, because we already have a Marine in production. ViOLet's going to scout this, though. Sees them finishing. So this is going to be scary. We'll have to see how much damage DemusliM can get done. Of course, my name is Axeltoss. Thank you so much for tuning in. There is a Reddit thread on StarCraft, so please feel free to go about that and say something nice in the comments. If you have anything to say about the players, that's awesome. If you have anything to say about the commentary, I appreciate that too. Anything you can put there, I do read. So, DemusliM going for some pretty heavy aggression here. Let's see how many SCVs he pulls. It looks like he's pulling a couple, not too many though. 2 SCVs coming forward. This bunker going to have to be canceled. DemusliM going to try to remake it though, I would imagine. Marine now here. ViOLet trying to deal with this with his drones. I'm sure ViOLet sees this a lot. 1 SCV falls. 2 more Marines in production here for DemusliM. He's not going to stop producing those Marines for a while. Really wants to get a lot of damage done. ViOLet's pool finally finishes. 10 Lings on the way. DemusliM needs to get a bunker started immediately. Spine Crawler has started. 1 bunker goes down. 2 bunkers go down. 3 bunkers go down. ViOLet now has Lings and drones on the field, but the Marines are behind these bunkers. ViOLet going to try to engage here, trying to engage this bunker at the bottom. It does not get cancelled, and ViOLet gets through. He's going to try to get us around on these Marines and SCVs. But it looks like ViOLet might have too much. DemusliM desperately trying to kite, but it looks like ViOLet might have too much. This bunker might get finished though, and if DemusliM can get a Marine inside there, oh, it's gonna be so close. The Marine desperately trying to get inside. Oh, finish! Oh, there's the GG. DemusliM is not gonna win game number 3. He's not gonna sweep ViOLet. DemusliM going for the easy win. Why not? You're up 2-0. Let's try to get an easy one. Let's see if we can catch ViOLet off guard. But ViOLet too good for that. ViOLet gonna take game number 3, and we're gonna go to a game number 4. We'll be right back with that after a quick break. DemusliM versus ViOLet. Game 4 coming up. DemusliM is leading 2-1. Alright guys, welcome back. Welcome. How you doing? Are you having a good evening? I hope you are. I am. Or good morning. I don't want to ignore any Europeans watching this because they're probably watching this guy in the bottom left. He's the red Terran player in the blue, representing Team Evil Geniuses. It is DemusliM. DemusliM currently up 2-1. One win away from qualifying for IEM China. I wonder how nervous he is. In the bottom, he's facing up against the opponent in the top right, the red Zerg player ViOLet, sponsored by Azubu. ViOLet was down 2-0. He won Game 3, now has to win 2 games in a row to qualify for IEM China the easy way. Now, the loser here is not completely out. Their chances aren't ruined, but it's going to be difficult as this goes along because you're dropped to the loser bracket. And once you're in the loser bracket, you have to play a lot of games, so it's not as easy. So the easy way is just to win here. That's the easiest way. But the question is, can DemusliM get that done? Can ViOLet win 2 in a row? DemusliM playing extremely strong in the first 2 games. Went for 2 racks in Game 3, which is I'm completely fine with. A lot of Zerg players will lose to that if they're caught off guard, but ViOLet pretty much handled that as perfectly as he could have. Now, it's a little bit interesting. Hold on, somebody told me to increase the game music. I forgot about that. I read your tweets. Don't worry, I read them. Increase that a little bit. Game music sets the mood. There's nothing like good StarCraft 2 game music. But yeah, you know, a lot of players will lose to that 2x play. And it's interesting, DemusliM's placement of that. I mean, I like it in that the natural scouting path of the Zerg player doesn't really bring you by it, but it was interesting because he didn't really pull a lot of SEVs, and he didn't really proxy the 2 racks. Like, he put him right next to his natural expansion, which implied that he wanted to transition out of it. But then he lost a bunch of Marines. ViOLet got his Lings out. The spine was done. ViOLet, again, handled it pretty darn good. Pretty darn well. And here we are in game number 4. Of course, my name is Axeltoss. I hope you're enjoying the coverage of the IEM Americas qualifiers for China. If you enjoy my casting, feel free to follow me on twitch.tv. You can also follow me on Twitter at Axeltoss. And of course, you can go post in the Reddit thread that I made about this event. It is entitled, "In 30 Minutes, Come Watch," etc. Something like that. Post a comment in there about the gameplay, about the commentary, or about how you're feeling today, because I hope you're feeling awesome. And there's only so much I can read in the chat. I think there is a 2-minute stream delay. We are live. There's a 2-minute stream delay. And I think about this time 2 minutes ago, I asked how everyone was doing, and I'm reading the chat, and I don't see anyone replying to that question. It's a little bit concerning. Maybe I missed it. I probably missed it. Apologies. Most sincerest apologies. DemusliM going for a 3rd command center, really playing the macro game. Not too unusual on this map. Very easy to hold 3 command centers. Very easy. Is my mic muted? No, it's not. Someone freaked me out. Someone freaked me out in the chat. What's his name? Darwin MC said, "Turn mic on." And then he just said, "Oh crap, I had it on mute. My bad." You're freaking me out, man. Don't do that. Freaking me out. Anyway, third hatchery going down from ViOLet. 6 drones on the way, going for a relatively fast third. Still no gas. Actually, just now taking 2 gases at his natural expansion. Really prioritizing those drones at this point in time. This game is looking like it's going to be macro. Looks like it's going to be macro. Alright. ViOLet up 52 to 33. You can't really say much about supply. You know, let's see how many units DemusliM has. That's just funny. 3 Marines at the 6-minute 30-second mark. They're all in a bunker. That's a really nice bunker positioning, by the way. I love it. Protects the ramp, protects your natural. Makes me very happy to see bunker placement like that. DemusliM, why so good? Why so good? And by the way, guys, if you're looking for brackets, the bracket can also be found in the Reddit thread. I'm sure some classy gentlemen will link the bracket in the chat as well. If you missed any matches from today, remember, the first best of 3 we saw was a series between Everise and Idra. The VODs will be up on my YouTube channel, if you missed anything.
Alright. Very passive play from both of these two players. DemusliM going into Banshee production. I really love Banshees in the mid game. TVZ. It just makes you feel so comfortable against any sort of all-in play from the Zerg. It just makes you feel so comfortable against, you know, the Ling Banshee or the Ling Roach Baneling stuff. If you have a Banshee above, like your opponent, you know, it's really hard to kill you because you have that Banshee. Also, it's nice for being able to be aggressive or being able to harass. Coupled with Hellions, you can really make it dangerous. Really make it dangerous for your opponent. Alright. Hellions trying to do some damage here. ViOLet has some roaches. He's not going to be crazy aggressive with them. Just defensive roaches, I would be inclined to think, because he only has 5. What kind of damage are you going to do with aggressive roaches at this point in the game? Creep spread, getting out there for ViOLet. Putting down the spore crawlers. ViOLet's going to try to see what his opponent's up to. Sees the 3 barracks here, so knows his opponent's intentions of going for the bio tank type play. Medevacs as well. We'll have to see how well ViOLet handles the drop. Like, I would put a spore like right over here. Get those spores surrounding your mineral lines. Your mineral lines are so important. It's not as easy to drop in this map, I don't think, compared to other maps. Considering the natural, like, there's not a lot of airspace back here. Like Tal'Darim Altar, there's airspace everywhere. Not on this map. It's hard to hide air units back here. But we'll see what happens. ViOLet trying to take down this Banshee. Trying to equalize this series. DemusliM 1 win away from qualifying for IEM China. Alright. DemusliM trying to make something happen with these Hellions and these Banshees. Both these players, guys, they're just building up their armies, building up their economy. There's not a whole bunch to say. ViOLet going for a surround here, trying to get on the Hellions. DemusliM able to duck and dodge. Ouch, so many Lings dying. DemusliM able to get out alive. 13 more drones on the way from ViOLet. Let's see what DemusliM's going for here. 2 medevacs now on the field, so look out for drop play. DemusliM spreading out his units as well, adding on a command center and 2 additional factories. Ooh. What is he up to? Is he transitioning? It's a little bit weird. 1-1 almost finished. DemusliM trying to keep an eye on the progress of this 4th base. Scanning to see what his opponent has. Creep spread is really nice here from ViOLet. Again, trying to extend that across the map. 2-2 starting immediately for DemusliM. Getting gases everywhere. So this implies he wants to do a mech transition. But what are his armories? Let's see how many armories does he have. He's 1 armory. He hasn't started any upgrades there. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see what develops. We'll see what develops. Looks like DemusliM going to push across the map now. Combat shields on the way. Pretty sizable force of Marines, Marauders, Hellions, Medevacs. ViOLet at this point in time making 8 Lings going up to Hive, plus 2 Carapaces on the way. Also has Baneling speed and some Banelings in production. DemusliM going to try to clear some creep at least, but has to be careful about not overextending. Because once ViOLet gets a lot of units on the field, it's going to be hard to defend it. Speaking of which, ViOLet might be going for it. Coming forward with all of his Zerglings, backing up though. Just trying to scare DemusliM away. At the same time, there might be a drop fairly soon into the natural expansion. ViOLet never really repositioned that Spore Crawler. ViOLet really wants Baneling speed to finish. Really wants that to happen. At the same time, behind this, DemusliM is moving his command center over to his 4th base. Still nothing but Marines and Marauders in that production tab. DemusliM clearing out this creep. At any moment, ViOLet could decide to go. At the same time, there's a drop in ViOLet's natural expansion. ViOLet pulling all of his units back. DemusliM going to take advantage of this. DemusliM taking his main army over to the 4th base of ViOLet. Going to deny that incredibly fast. And DemusliM just going to pick up and leave. ViOLet going to try to engage this main army. Will this hatchery fall? DemusliM wants it to. ViOLet doesn't for obvious reasons. Baneling's getting some decent explosions into these Marines and Marauders. And it looks like ViOLet will be able to clean up this army. But keep in mind behind this, DemusliM is reinforcing with more army. Has a tank still in the middle of the map here. Dropping again in the main base of his opponent. Spore Crawler taking out that medevac. DemusliM a little bit sloppy with his medevac placement. DemusliM could be trying to kill that hatchery with that Banshee. That's what I would try to do. Gonna stem forward with his Marines. ViOLet returning back his Lings, really wants to defend this 4th base. Really wants to keep that alive. Coming forward with all these Lings is ViOLet Infestors, trying to get in range to do that fungal growth. But DemusliM might be able to get away here. He's actually... Oh, nice fungal there from ViOLet. Nailing those medevacs. Trying to get up close, and there's another fungal onto the medevacs. DemusliM getting all of his medevacs caught by these Infestors. There is a Banshee finally getting killed. And, wow, DemusliM losing so much here. At the same time, though, keep in mind, ViOLet, this base is doing nothing for him. DemusliM has this base down here. DemusliM getting his army in the middle of the map, and ViOLet deciding to engage this once again in a single file line off creep. Upgrades 2-1 to 2-1. Even upgrades. Infestors need to stay alive here. And ViOLet's going to clean this up. Nice play here from ViOLet, catching DemusliM off guard, and now DemusliM has to fall back, regroup. He's not out of this. He just needs to get that a scary army back up and running, because he has this 4th base. His economy is a little bit better than ViOLet right now. ViOLet has been a little bit more cost efficient. Oh, look at that. 89 harvesters for ViOLet. Very nice harvester count. I forgot what I was looking for. Oh well, we'll let it go. ViOLet trying his hardest to equalize this series and send this to a Game 5. How appropriate would that be? DemusliM setting up a nice defensive position. 2 tanks here. I bet there's a tank on the high ground. Yep, there's a tank. And another tank repositioning itself. Has a planetary here as well. I don't see how ViOLet can really break this right now. DemusliM sending 2 medevacs to the top side of the map. ViOLet finally saturating the gas over here. And both these players are approaching max, so we'll have to see what ViOLet goes for here. A lot of Lings he can potentially make into Banelings. Keep an eye on that. DemusliM looks like he wants to be a little bit aggressive. ViOLet might go for it. Storming forward with all these Lings and Banelings. DemusliM backing up, immediately sieging up his tanks. The Ultras leading the charge, though, absorbing a lot of that tank damage. And ViOLet doing so much damage to DemusliM's army here, cleaning it up quite a bit. And DemusliM trying to split as best as he can, but there's so many units here from ViOLet, and ViOLet might even decide to engage in this planetary fortress. I don't think he cares at this point. Again, he has plenty of economy right now, so he can remax quite easily. Infestors coming forward as well, going to try to target fire down this planetary fortress. Fungling the SCVs is ViOLet, and this planetary fortress might fall. It's getting dangerously low on health, down to 100 HP, and it's down! ViOLet going to back away, and DemusliM loses his 4th base, loses his entire army, and now, again, is forced to regroup, retake this base. Oh, but at the same time, ViOLet's 4th was taken out by a drop from DemusliM. DemusliM's so crafty with that APM, so crafty with his multitasking. Well, as I say that, there we go. Dropping those units, they're probably forfeit unless he tries to pick up and leave. That's exactly what he's going to do. Nice transfuses onto those Ultras. DemusliM scanning, not sure what for. Maybe for Infestors. And ViOLet with 6 more Ultras on the way. DemusliM starting to go into Thor production. We have 3-3 almost finished for DemusliM. ViOLet's upgrades. He has 3 carapace, working on 3 melee. Already has 5 carapace on those Ultras. Look at all those Ultras on the field for ViOLet. DemusliM once again dropping in this middle right-hand location at the same time, going to try to drop into the 3rd base, but ViOLet right on top of that, already sending his Ultras over there saying, get out of here, DemusliM. I already know what you're trying to do. You're not fooling me. I'm taking this to a Game 5. Remember, ViOLet was down 2-0 in this series, charging back, though. In quite a literal sense. DemusliM is maxed. Come to the middle of the map once again. This army doesn't look incredibly scary to me. He's going to have to engage on creep. And here we go. ViOLet going to go for the tanks. Not sieged yet. ViOLet going to come in here, taking advantage of that. At the same time, DemusliM going to be dropping at the top. But once again, ViOLet should have no trouble cleaning this up. These Ultras are so powerful at this point in time. Infestors need to throw down the fungals. A little bit surprised ViOLet's not trying to do that. But look at this. Look at how easy DemusliM's army is melting away at the same time. The drop getting fended off by ViOLet quite easily. Going to go right to the 4th base. Not much defense there, but ViOLet sending some Lings over there. Might be enough to hold it off. And all of a sudden, ViOLet going to be engaging into DemusliM's side of the map. DemusliM trying to kite away back to this planetary fortress. There's no SCVs here to repair, only 3. But they're going to have a tough job doing that. At the same time, the drop's still going on at this middle right-hand location. ViOLet giving that up, essentially. More focused on killing DemusliM's side of the map. What can DemusliM do from here? 4 Marauders, 10 Marines, 2 tanks in production. Desperately trying to make more barracks, trying to add more production on the field so he can actually use this money and gas that he has floated. ViOLet doing so much damage, though. DemusliM has no answer to these Ultras. Has no answer to these mass amount of Lings. Trying to take bases everywhere, but ViOLet not having any of it. DemusliM doing a great job with his drop harass, though. Denying expansions everywhere. This base is still not doing much. This base has been killed. ViOLet only on 3 bases. 61 to 47 is the Harvester tab. Fungal's going down, and DemusliM might lose this entire drop at the middle right. 2 medevacs overhead. Actually 4 going to return home. It'd be ideal if ViOLet could take those down. If he had Muse or something. But DemusliM once again thinking about being aggressive. Needs to siege up and prepare for this incoming attack from ViOLet. Still a scary amount of ultras on the field. 16 drones in production for ViOLet. ViOLet looks like he's going straight for the natural expansion. I heard like bunkers being loaded up. Oh, okay, there was a bunker at the natural expansion. Bungling the tanks is ViOLet. ViOLet going for it once again, trying to clean up DemusliM once and for all, but all of a sudden, DemusliM's unit composition is looking quite scary indeed. So many Marauders mixed in here. Thor's really packing a punch. Once again, ViOLet is attacking with half his army into the main base, so that wasn't ViOLet's full army against DemusliM's full army. We see Zerglings trying to go after the production of his opponent. But a very close game indeed we have in our hands between the Terran player DemusliM and the Zerg player ViOLet. We are live with a 2-minute stream delay. DemusliM finally going to be cleaning up the units in his main base. At the same time, has a medevac drop. Approaching the north side of the map, going to be dropping right at that hatchery at the top middle. And ViOLet has to be a little bit flustered by all of this drop from DemusliM. DemusliM showing the power of drop throughout this entire game. Fungal might go into the medevacs! He needs the fungal! No, you got a fungal. Okay, there we go. Getting the fungal onto the medevacs. And he should be able to clean this up if he fungals again. Okay, he's going to let them get away for now. ViOLet trying to retake this base in the middle right. But another push coming forward from DemusliM. This game is so back and forth. Alright. DemusliM dropping once again at this upper middle base. Trying to be aggressive with these Marines and Marauders too. ViOLet sees this. He has that creep there. ViOLet might be going for it. DemusliM has to split. There we go. Nice splitting there from DemusliM. Is that going to be enough? No, going to try to kite away. Might even just try to run away. These medevacs might get fungal. Keep that in mind. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Okay, there is a fungal on those medevacs, but is that enough? ViOLet doesn't have any more fungal ability. So those medevacs will still get away. Oh, my God. Look how close. ViOLet was so close to catching every single one of those medevacs. These 3 infestors were a little bit too late to the party. All right. My heart's pumping. My heart is racing. How about you guys? It's a crazy game. Crazy game. So much at stake. Again, winner of this best of 5 will qualify for IEM China to represent the North Americas. ViOLet swinging around to the right side of the map, checking on additional expansion. There's nothing there. DemusliM has one base here, but it's an orbital command. ViOLet can easily take that out. DemusliM not in position to defend, but look at his unit composition. So scary indeed. 3 Thors and so many Marines Marauders. ViOLet might decide to engage. It's actually backing up for now. Might turn around. Throws down a fungal onto those Marines and Marauders. ViOLet still on the retreat. Fungal! Needs the fungal there. There's a good fungal. It might lose this infestor. It's not, he still has burrow. He still does not have burrow, which is a little bit concerning to me. Resaturating the space in the middle right. Needs to saturate those gases. Actually, he has a good amount of gas. Doesn't really need to prioritize that right now, but DemusliM knows what's going on. Going to be engaging into this area. Targeting down those rocks. This composition is so scary. There's so many Marauders here. ViOLet going with single file here. I'm not sure if I agree with that. DemusliM splitting up preemptively. Fungals going down onto the Marines and Marauders. Great fungals there from ViOLet, but is that going to be enough? Ultras melt extremely fast to those Marauders. Thors finally getting taken out. Tanks doing a lot of damage as well from the back. ViOLet of 127 to 113 supply trying to reinforce with those Banelings. Infestors slowly but surely running out of energy. Who's going to come out on top of this engagement? I don't even know. Infestors dying! So many Infestors falling to those Marauders and tanks. And ViOLet is not going to be able to clean this up, and he paid a severe price for that. He lost so many Infestors, so many Ultras, so many of those expensive units. He can't rebuild as well as DemusliM can. DemusliM only has to remake Marines and Marauders. ViOLet to remake Infestors and Ultras, that's so expensive. I don't know if he has the economy to do that, and all of a sudden DemusliM has a supply lead. ViOLet, once again, engaging off creep. I'm not sure how necessary that was. Usually you want to wait until your opponent is completely taken off guard. ViOLet going to go for a counterattack and try to take out some reinforcements. Definitely a good decision. Well, ViOLet trying to make 2 more Ultras, but so many Marauders on the field, and they're 3-3. That's terrifying. ViOLet going after those SCVs. Gonna back away for now. How do you transition away safely from ultras? Is there a way? I mean, he lost all those infestors. Units lost. It's actually so close. 1,000 difference in resources lost. But DemusliM's army is looking so scary. DemusliM trying to solidify his spot in China for IEM. Both these players wanting to represent the North Americas at the next IEM event in China. This is the winner's bracket. The winner of this match will get that spot. The loser will drop to the lower bracket. The winner of the lower bracket, only one winner from the lower bracket, will get a spot. So a lot is actually on the line here. ViOLet trying to do some counterattack aggression to this mineral line of DemusliM. ViOLet trying to rebuild. He has a lot of gas, so if he can really just boost his mineral income. These Marines are being so annoying. Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. Look at this. Go to the other side. That's pretty funny. Okay, so ultras can't go through this little path, so DemusliM was flip-flopping in between them. It's pretty cool. Alright. What happens here? ViOLet needs to rebuild infestors, I think. Transferring some drones over to this top base. But DemusliM knows about this. He's sending his entire army in that direction. Does ViOLet have enough to deal with this? I don't think so. I mean, he has a lot of ultras in Lings, but again, his opponent has so many Marauders here. And look at this preemptive splitting. So good from ViOLet trying to go for it. If he engages off creep, I don't think it'll be good, but ViOLet going to go for it. DemusliM splitting once again the Thor. Target firing down those ultras. And look at all these Marines and Marauders on the field from ViOLet. ViOLet doesn't have any infestors in this composition. Not going to be able to fungal these units in place. And ViOLet just going to try to delay this as he gets more infestors on the field. He has plenty of ability to make those units, but he's not doing it just yet. DemusliM showing a commanding style of Terran in this game. Charging up to this this base at the top side of the map. And what can ViOLet really do? I mean, this force is so powerful. Those Marauders alone will melt away these ultras. ViOLet losing this base, and he absolutely needs that base. Behind this, DemusliM building up another army. So even if ViOLet can somehow clean this up. Okay, finally, infestors joining in on the fun. Fungal going down onto these Marines and Marauders. Ultras sweeping their way through this army. Another fungal going down. It looks like DemusliM is going to get cleaned up at the top here. Might even lift off and run away. That's exactly what's going to happen. But look at this. Reinforcements coming forward from DemusliM. Not letting ViOLet breathe. Not letting me breathe. Trying to take this game right here, right now. ViOLet with 32 more Lings in production. Does he have enough? Ultras just melting away to this Marine Marauder force. Infestors dying as well. DemusliM in such a commanding position at this point in time, taking another base at the bottom side of the map. And there's the GG, well played from ViOLet. DemusliM gonna take out a Zubu ViOLet. 2-1, or 3-1 I should say.